Hi and welcome back to the Rideshare Buddy YouTube channel. My name's Kevin and I've had my meeting at Uber Greenlight Hub, so hopefully soon the car will be back onto Uber. I'll explain why there's been such a delay shortly. I was there for the taxi code meeting, for the Zoom meeting, but nobody turned up at taxi code, and then about 10 past they telephoned me and said that they'd misplaced my booking, so can I book another one? So I booked another one for next Tuesday, and we'll sort that out. It's now 3:30 and I took a booking this afternoon at 4 o'clock from Klepper Park Industrial Estate or Commercial Estate up to Bristol Airport. That's going to be my job of the day, really. I'm not going to hang around too much. I might knock on bolts later, but this is really the only job I'm going to be doing. So, why did I not go on or haven't been on Uber for the last 3 months? So 3 weeks. The problem was that this is a second-hand buy-to-rent, and it had already been on Uber, and I took it fairly quickly after the car was handed back. What that meant was, because Newport City Council hadn't received the physical plates back from the previous owner before I tried to get onto Uber, the local authority had put a block on the car to prevent it from being used as a private hire driver, a private hire car, especially with Uber, who was the last operator it was registered with. They contacted them and said this car is no longer a private hire vehicle and cannot be used to carry passengers. Now, that's not associated with the plate number, that's associated with the registration number. So this car is currently blocked at Uber because of the local authority. And I've tried to contact Uber before using their in-help and support network, and they just kept coming back saying, oh, you just have to wait for it to be authorised, it's being investigated. They didn't give me the reasons why. So when I actually went down to Greenlight Hub, this is what was explained to me. The car registration is blocked by the local authority. And while the local authorities are very, very quick to put a block on the car, not the plate, they use registration numbers, they're not quite as quick to tell operators that the car is no longer blocked. So even though I got my own plate and everything was okay and everything uploaded okay, that block from the local authority was still on the car, and so I couldn't go live on Uber with it. So that's something to consider if you buy a second-hand buy-to-rent or a second-hand private hire vehicle. If you find you're having problems getting onto Uber because the car's not being authorised, it might be worth giving your local authority a call and getting them to remove any block they've put on it. But when I was down the Greenlight Hub, they escalated to the driver team to explain what looks like has happened, that the car's okay, it's just change of ownership, new plates there, and just for them to give them a ring to get confirmation from the local authority. He said that normally takes a few hours, but it can take up to a day or two. So I'll sit around for a day or two and wait to see if the car gets authorised and I'll get back onto Uber. Yeah, it'd be nice if I could. So I'm getting close. It's 3:45. This is a 4 o'clock pickup, and this traffic is worse than normal. I think that's because there's a fair down at Tredegar Park. I'm hoping I'm going to be able to get through and get up to the pickup in time. But it's going to be very close if this traffic doesn't start moving.
Silly me, thinking sort things out. I'm a third wheel on this broken car. You're a mess, just wanna get out. Silly you, why is it so hard to be real? Speak the truth, say you're sorry, hear her out. You're too proud, like a child. You think time will tell and sort things out, but you know well as I, you never will if you don't. You never will if you don't. Let it sink into your mind, to your heart and your bones. 'Cause I know deep down inside you already know. Keep it real, try to focus. What's the deal? Don't say it's hopeless. Remember the good times. Is it worth fighting for? Silly you, why is it so hard to be real? Speak the truth, just say you're sorry. I don't know why you're too proud to work it out. You think time will tell and sort things out, but you know well as I, you never will if you don't. You never will if you don't. Let it sink into your mind, to your heart and your bones. 'Cause I know deep down inside you already know. You never will if you don't. You never will if you don't. Let it sink into your mind, to your heart and your bones. 'Cause I know deep down inside you already know. You already know.
Right, just dropped off at Bristol Airport. I was super duper, extremely polite to that lady. Didn't hear a murmur out of me. I recognised the name, and then I did recognise the face. She was, I can't say the name because obviously data protection, but let's just say that she was the world's boxing champion not so long ago. She was just flying off to Scotland, if that's a bit of a clue for you. But yeah, another famous person in the car. The second one I've had so far. Another one was the Formula One racing driver. Again, can't name it. Data protection. But that was interesting as well. Let's head back home. On the way up, I got pinged from Uber to say my account is now live. So that's Uber sorted. Just got to sort out taxi code next week. I might do some Uber on the way back. It's so long I've forgotten how to do Uber, so I might give it a go for an hour or so when I get back home to Newport. There is a lot of traffic on the roads. The motorways were quite busy, so what time I'll get back I don't know, but yeah, I might just potter around and do a few Ubers. Yeah, she was of course world women's boxing champion, not world men's boxing champion. So I've got 85 miles left in the battery, 28%. I'll pop into the Ioniq over at Mega and just top it up out that way. because it's on the route basically. And then once I've topped up, well, up to 80%, I'll go on to Uber for a little bit. So have a quick look at what I've got tomorrow, because it's Friday tomorrow, isn't it? I've got two. First one's at 4 o'clock. Newport to Bristol Airport, so that's at 4. Then at 25 past 7, I've got a Bristol Airport out to Bradford on Avon. Now, why did I choose that one? I think it's because I wasn't on Uber well, not on Uber. I was sort of boosting up my airports. So that's what, 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock. We're dropping off at 5:30. A 2-hour wait for this pickup tomorrow. And that's £65. So it was worth waiting a couple of hours to go to Bidford and straight down the motorway back home. So yeah, I got to £140, about £140 worth tomorrow from Bristol Airport in the afternoon. Of course, had I been on Uber, I probably wouldn't have done that Bidford, the Bidford one, because I've gone back to Newport for a Friday night business, Uber business. But as I didn't think I was going to be on Uber, it was worth taking that £65 job instead. So we're plugged in, we're hitting 150, 160, 70. Can also be charged up to 80% in 16 minutes. And I'll just take it up to 80% to do a little bit of Ubering. And then they'll give me enough to get out to Bristol tomorrow. I'm just thinking about that. Yeah, I should be okay for tomorrow. So let's get this charged up and then let's start back on Uber. And it's been about a month since last did an Uber job. Well, there we go. I've only got 6 minutes left, and all I've done is checked OTS dashboard for any new jobs, and I've picked up a job for tonight from the railway station up to Blackwood for £31. So that's a decent pay for quite a short trip. So that's at 9:15. That'll be my last job of the day. I'll putter around for a little bit on Uber. Just to get me my fingers back into the game, and then we'll see what happens. Well, I'm just going to take it up to 85%. We'll call that a day for today. Don't need much more than that. I think I was at 21% when I first started charging, so it's taken me 11 minutes, well 12 minutes to get up to 85 and just over £30. It's not £30, I must have misread it. It's £21.29 for 64%. And we are online with Uber. Yay! Let's forget the trip jobs, but I want to go down to Sainsbury's now and give this car a wash. I think the seagulls have been having a shit party on here again, and there's quite a lot of crap on it. So I want to go down to Sainsbury's and give it a wash. I tried to wash it earlier at Tesco's, but Tesco's was closed. The car wash was, so we'll give Sainsbury's a try. Yeah, I've looked through the stats. My last job was on the 26th of May. So exactly a month ago since I last did an Uber job. Will I remember how to do them? Right, that's it. My first Uber passenger in a month. £6.22. So I've got an hour to go before I pick my booking up from the railway station to go out to up the valleys, live side of Blackwood, and that'll be my last job for tonight because I've got I took a booking earlier from Cardiff Airport, dropping out 3 locations around Cardiff and out to Caerphilly. So let's go be at Cardiff Airport tomorrow for 9:15 in the morning. So not an early, but early enough for me. So let's just go and park up for an hour and see if we get any more jobs from Uber to keep me going. I'll tell you what, I don't know what those seagulls were eating last night, but that car wash didn't clear half of it. It must have been eating one of my curries or something. Dread to think of what the paintwork's like underneath it. Let's give the windows a bit of a clean now, because that sun is pretty bright. I've got one of these small atomizers you can buy. I think they're for makeup or perfume or something. I bought them because it's a great way just to give the windows a spray with I use white wine vinegar and water, mix it equal, shake it up, and it's pretty good for cleaning the windows. Right, I've just taken a job from Uber from Granvrector Grange Hospital, New Grange Hospital, back into Newport. So I'm going to shoot off and do that one. It's been a long time since I went into the hospital. So let's get this one sorted. Don't know if it's staff or patients or what, don't know. But there's been some updates on this Uber app since was last on. There's now a button which you can press to see earnings trends. So that's quite handy. And I don't know whether it's new or whether it's just because I've now gone into an EV. I can press a button on the app and it'll list me all of the closest charging stations. So that's pretty useful. Take a look at that. I don't appear to be on Comfort. I think Comfort is just in Cardiff. It's not in Newport. So that's a bit of a shame, really. It means I'll have to spend more time working Cardiff than working Newport. There's definitely room for comfort cars in Newport because, well, at least half the jobs I've done on Bolt have been Bolt Comfort. So they could easily launch Uber Comfort in Newport. I've got normal Uber X and also Uber Pet. I'm not going to do Uber Pet, I don't think. Right, just picked up another job to from Cwmbran into Newport. I just dropped this one at Betsy. Now I'm going over to Cwmbran, the ambulance trust station, which I think is on one of the industrial estates. That's going to take me into Newport. It's 8:10. I've got to be back at the station for 9:15, so this will be the last job before I do that advance booking. Right, that's that one done. I think it's going to be the last one of the night. However, because I'm now on Uber, I'm going to do an Uber on and put my destination for home. I'm out at the other side of Blackwood, so I might pick something up taking me home. But we started at 3:30. It's going to be about 9:45 when I get home. So it took about just over 6 hours shift, and I've done 91 on OTS, and let's just see what I've done on Uber. £28.57 on Uber. So 91, 119, £127 in 6.5 hours. That's if I don't get anything going back. Well, I've just picked up a job on the way. I'm coming down the past Rogerstone, and it's Caerphilly Road, about 1.8 miles away, into the centre of Newport. I'm sure it said that. £21. That seems a bit high for me. So whether or not we mean some sort of surge, I don't know. But I'm going to take it. It's an extra £21. So that's going to take me up to about 140 on the day. Yep, great enough guy, dropped off. Normally I would have no issues at all with this, except I thought I was going home. I thought I'd put Newport as a destination. And this is why I thought £21 seems a lot of money from Caerphilly Road by the Basilisk School. That was good rate, didn't? It went to Caldicott. So now I'm stuck in Caldicott and I want to go home. Especially as I need to be up quite early tomorrow because I need to be at Cardiff Airport for 9:15. So I'm basically going to turn off Uber app now because I'm not going to put it down as a destination to get me home. I don't want to do any more work. I just want to get direct to home. But that's right. I mean, it's 10:10. Be 10:30 by the time I get home. So you're looking at about £144 for, that will be what, 7 hours? 3:30. Yeah, 7 hours. Just over £20 an hour today. Turnover, not profit, but turnover. So it's nice to be back on Uber. Even though the rates aren't particularly great, it's nice having that extra income and that flexibility to do a bit of extra work as and when you want to. So that's it. Thanks for watching. Until next time, safe driving and make that profit. And I'll try and get this uploaded sometime tomorrow after I've got back from the Cardiff Airport one.